Hey, what's happening to you guys? Pyros here and welcome back to another video. Now, I actually made a blog about this where I talked about my thoughts and opinion on the Phase 4 of Marvel's Cinematic Universe, but I wanted to kind of make a video to kind of talk about this because the more I've read articles and the more I've heard various directors and screenwriters and all those people voiced out their thoughts and opinion on how they're going to be approaching the Phase 4 of Marvel's Cinematic Universe, the more concerning it is, and the more I think at the beginning people were joking that Endgame, Avengers Endgame, was going to be the last best Marvel movie. After that, it's going to go downhill. And initially I was like, I mean, it's a little bit of an exaggeration. There's going to be some good movies, some bad movies in the Phase 4 of Marvel Cinematic Universe. There's going to be some, bad eggs here and there, but for the most part, it's going to be very entertaining. We've got Black Panther 2, we've got that Doctor Strange movie, we have that Shang-Chi, I believe. I don't know what the character's name is, but a new movie that looks pretty interesting. It's going to be involving the Mandarin and all that stuff. There's a good few Disney Plus movies, not movies, sorry, Disney Plus TV shows that are going to be appearing as well. I am gonna see if I can watch one or two of them, but for the most part, I thought Phase 4 was going to be alright for the most part. But the more I look into it, the more I'm starting to think that this may be the dark age of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, because some of the screenwriters and some of the people who are following the Phase 4 have voiced out their thoughts and opinion on how they want to approach some of the characters in the movies. For example, they replaced Thor with Jane Foster, I believe, is going to be playing as the next Thor in the Thor 4 movie. Valkyrie just joined the LGBT community. It's like they're just throwing random characters under the bridge. It's the best way I can describe it. Like, they seem to be focusing more on virtue signaling and projecting their own agenda instead of just focusing on just creating a good narrative story that people can enjoy. So, point is that it is just fortunate. It is really fortunate, and for me as a Marvel fan, I'm honestly disappointed that they're using this platform as a means to their end, as a means to just them trying to shout themselves out and show themselves as this, I guess, champion of progressiveness and all that stuff. There was an article written by The Independent which kind of sets a statement. They said a statement that honestly scared me a little bit. And what this lady, I don't know what she has. Well, you know how sometimes all these news outlets and all this media, they have this influence on obviously what's happening in the pop culture. They can influence people to think a certain way. So this writer for The Independent wrote something in the lines of, let's topple over all of the white male characters and use them as a platform to elevate female POC and all these other variations that you could think of possibly. And there was a statement that she made that if it means that they have to step over a bunch of the legacy characters to achieve their goal, so be it. And to me, it's like, I'm super glad. I am so happy that Phase 3, all the phases, Phase 1, Phase 2, and Phase 3. Alright, the camera cut off there, but what I was trying to say is that I'm really glad that Phase 1, Phase 2, and Phase 3 were remotely untouched by this progressive agenda, by this virtual signaling bullshit that's going on. It's unfortunate, honestly. I know a lot of people have decided to jump off the Marvel Cinematic Universe for the most part, but I still feel like there is some goodness that might come out of it. The internals look pretty interesting. Like I said before, I'm looking forward to seeing what they're going to be doing with Black Panther. Blade is coming back, which is interesting as well. But here's the thing, right? I am concerned, super concerned for the Fantastic Four. Based on what they're saying of how they want to destroy white male characters, they are gonna bastardize the Fantastic Four. They're not gonna show any mercy to that classic legacy family character. The X-Men, they're gonna have fun with the X-Men. Come on. The whole premise is that they're an isolated community being hunted down by human beings. They are rejected by society. Oh, it's a perfect platform. And you know what's funny is that it's not even that they're messing around with the legacy characters. Now they have footing. Now they have a stance to make these changes thanks to the comic book writers who are writing bullshit ass characters for the sake of progression. Like, here's the thing is, I have no problem with progression. I have no problem with diversity. It's only when it's done right. Do you know what I mean? Like, not, sorry, that sentence made no sense. What I mean is that I only have problem with it when they try to step on the legacy characters just so they can do what they want. Changing characters, race, gender, whatever else that you can imagine, just so they can stick it to the man. But who are they sticking it to? They're sticking it to the fans, the people who helped these characters get to where they are now. But yeah, that's just my thoughts and opinion on it. I've actually written it properly in a blog. It will be in the description. It will be in the description below. But for the most part, we need to stay more vigilant, I guess, and really look at what they're doing, because I think the problem is that they're getting away with this type of stuff because the majority are silent. It's only the loud minority that are supporting this and the loud minority that are against it. But for the most part, the silent majority don't really care. They don't want to either be labeled a certain way, they don't want to be attacked. But I don't know if I'm explaining this properly, but for the most part is that, wow, why is this blurring? Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, we're good. For the most part, it's frustrating. It's frustrating that now all of them, the directors, the actors, the screenwriters, all of them are just now coming out and voicing out that they're gonna turn phase 4 to meet modern times, to portray certain characters. Stupid. But anyways, let me know what you guys think. It's a really short video. Just want to kind of express my thoughts and opinion without any, scripting or anything like that. For me personally, changing characters to please a certain demographic or to please a certain group of people is an insult. I mean, think about this. You have a character who has a legacy, 20, 30, 40 years of legacy behind them, and you switch his fucking race and you expect a bunch of people to be like, yes, diversity, yes, I can finally see myself. No, it's an insult to the character, but most importantly, it's an insult to the people they're trying to please. I have no problem relating to, well, not relating to, but yeah, relating to and admiring certain characters. It doesn't matter, like Superman, Batman, Captain America, Iron Man, Spider-Man, Wolverine. It doesn't matter, like, they're cool characters because they're cool characters. They tell a good story. I don't need them to be black for me to be like, yes, I can support them. Do you know what I mean? Good story makes a good character. And another example is that this person in this article used Black Panther, no, not Black Panther, sorry. They used that, but most importantly, they used Into the Spider-Verse to justify how a lot of people preferred a black Spider-Man over the quote-unquote boring white Spider-Man. But I don't think this person understood why Miles Morales in the Into the Spider-Verse was so popular and so well liked. Because if they knew anything about comics for the most part, just not even like you have to read the comics or buy the comics, if you just followed the news or follow the community, you would know that when Miles Morales was introduced, many people did not like him because of how he was introduced. The only way he was introduced is by killing off a legacy character. That was an insult. That was just bad. And he was bland, he was boring, he was just a copy and paste of Peter Parker with no substance, no anything to make him stand out on his own. And people didn't like that. But then when Into the Spider-Verse came into effect, they rewrote his origin story and made him enjoyable. Like, he was fucking amazing. Like, people championed him because of the movie. Because now they saw his own personality, his own history, his own reason for being Spider-Man. And now a lot of people would like to see him in anything now. Do you know what I mean? That's the difference. Good story makes a good character. Not a good character makes a good story. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like, okay, some characters can make a good story as well if they have a good background. It really depends. Just have a good narrative and that's it. But anyways, let me know what you guys think. I'm Pyros, and yep, I'll catch you guys next time.